just hope Luke's at a doghouse. Hi, this is Jim the Keys Bartender. This is episode 44. Coming to you from Key Largo, the Catch Restaurant and Bar. During the happy hour with my co-host, Wingman, Bill Wissinger.
How you all doing?
And Luke Summer Glenn. Say hello, Luke.
Hello and stuff.
We are not currently sponsored by Tux medicated pads, but they gave them a big shout out. You know what? That's not our demographic. The people that use that shit don't know how to get podcasts. That's the only fortune.
What are you talking? Well, this is true because I really can't get a podcast either.
I know. See, that's what I'm saying. It's just not a demographic that you go to. And but today's episode, there's a lot of things going on today. For one, it's the only time if we're having it on a holiday, I'll talk about the holiday. It's kind of ridiculous. It's Valentine's Day. It's episode 44. I want a fucking starfish sandwich.
I want a starfish sandwich.
That's the fucking starfish sandwich. And I want to first start up. You know, naturally, I think Valentine's Day is a tiger trap in everyone's relationship. You can either win big or lose out. And take care, gentlemen. You can lose out real.
It was created by Hallmark to make all us poor saps feel bad and go out and spend money we ain't got on a bullshit day.
I mean, the History Channel dissected Valentine's Day and stuff like that. But what it means to us right now.
Oh, yeah, there's a Saint Valentine, and so it's some kind of Catholic holiday.
No, I know, but there was some kind of martyr and stuff like that. But whether it's not.
Yeah, he's martyred by his old lady, man.
I know. No, what I'm saying, Luke.
Not buying roses or some shit.
I understand. That's the thing that happened, is people have a perception of what their Valentine's Day is supposed to be like, what you're supposed to have. You're going to have roses, or you're going to have a nice dinner, or you're going to take them out. What the fuck's going to happen on Valentine's Day?
What happened to good old cocaine and a blowjob, man?
There you go.
Luke, you're going to have to be a little nicer to me if you want one of those.
No.
Oh. You're talking about me?
I didn't even know you had any blow.
No, but I'm talking the tiger trap, like making sure that you're taking care. Philosophically, I don't have a problem with a day of the year where you pay attention to the person you care about. But if you really care about someone, shouldn't every day be kind of special?
Yeah, pretty much.
You shouldn't have to denote one day that, hey, listen, I'm going to treat you like shit the whole year, and this day I'm going to get you some roses.
Yeah.
Let's get you roses a couple other times a year. Yeah. Let's take you out to some nice dinners. Let's get you a card another time.
No,
but this is the exclamation point on a relationship.
Nah.
The fucking thing. It's that thing. It is a thing. If you fuck it up, people remember. Remember the Valentine's Day 1987? You went out to lunch with your friends, got all fucked up. You had glitter on your penis. And you go, hey, baby,
it doesn't matter if
I was
Valentine's
looking to buy
Day.
you special underwear, and I wanted to see if it was hypoallergenic, and I was rubbing it on my most sensitive area. So listen, Darlene, no problem. Yeah, what's that mark on the side of your neck? Nothing, Darlene. Don't worry. I don't know where I went with that, but Valentine's Day is the tiger trap. It's the one that catches people in a relationship. Valentine's Day, Christmas, their birthdays, how to propose to somebody. If you're a shitty proposal, where the girl goes and looks at you and goes, yo, you can love the guy. If he makes a shitty proposal, she'll just fucking dump him then. Look at that shit from the vampire movies. The skinny shit, the skinny chick. You know what I'm talking about? She was with that guy who's legitimately a really good-looking guy, skinny, stuff like that. And she fucks around with the director or something like that. Some guy that's like 20 years or and stuff like that.
Oh, well.
So that begs the question, who do you buy roses for, your wife or your mistress?
I don't have a mistress.
So do you take your mistress out first and then go home with the wife all night? Or do you get the wife drunk on wine early?
You're president of France because, Francois Mitterrand died, I think it was like, it's within the last 15 years. And what happened is right next to his graveside was his wife, and next to him was his mistress.
Well, yeah.
And they were completely fine with that.
Yeah.
But that's not a Valentine's Day topic.
That doesn't work over here.
No, that doesn't work.
What's the
in the U.S., the mistress does not necessarily get along with
the wife.
The wife.
Sometimes.
So I want to go over, recap our. You know what? Your wives and your girlfriends aren't going to be. Your wives, you're both married. They're not going to be listening to this until afterwards. I'm going to ask you first, Bill. What did you do for Sandy?
Oh, I gave her the traditional orchid I give her every year that will very shortly die.
Okay.
And we're gonna go out to dinner tonight.
Do you write her a note?
Just a little "I love you" card.
Okay, that's good. That's wonderful. Luke, what's your thing?
My old lady don't feel good, and I fucked up her birthday pretty bad, and we had a really shitty anniversary, which is in January, and we had even a crappier Christmas. So basically, I'm fucked up for the whole year anyway. So
might as well pass on the whole
one more
thing.
day.
Well, that is not
shit.
the face of resignation. I don't know what isn't.
Hey,
what I did is
sometimes you just got to realize that.
Yep. I'm screwed.
I
Doesn't
fucked
matter.
up.
You're not going to get none no matter what you do. So why even try,
I fucked up. That's what you want to say. I fucked up.
Well, no, I was presumed to have fucked up. There is mitigating circumstances.
There's mitigating circumstances. Okay, I like the lawyer. I like the legalese that you're speaking right now. The mitigating circumstances. You know what?
Honey, I had too much
I'm going to talk
cocaine.
about my thing, and then we're going to go right back into yours. I said I got Abby Monday. I called up and got the flower arrangement, and I got one for my little girl, Sky, and then I got him some chocolates. Then I'm going to hopefully I'll be in good enough shape to get back home and cook him dinner, and then do something nice for him tomorrow.
That's a good plan.
Night. And that's it. Let's get back to mitigating circumstances. You just circumvented my whole talk with some intriguing
mitigating
postulation. Postulation, man. I'm pulling these. I know. What is the?
It's better than being posthumously mitigated.
Yes. What happened? Was this the birthday night? If you don't want to talk about it, don't talk about it.
I was fucked from jump, man. It was like, well, she was really drunk, and no matter what I said, it was the wrong thing. So, some nights are like that.
You don't have to talk about this.
Oh, that's okay.
You remember your fifth. You stand on your fifth. Right?
There you go.
Stand on the fifth. Okay. You're going to leave it at that. Okay.
Let's put it this way. I bought her the closest thing I could find to white roses, and so I'm dead asleep at 3 o'clock in the morning. She's been out all night. She comes home, starts beating me with those roses.
Did they have the fucking thorns on them?
Hell yeah.
And at that point, I was dead asleep to the world, and I was like, how did I offend? How did I fuck up, man? I got you a card. I got you flowers. You was pissed off. You told me to leave. I fucking left. I went home. I went to bed. I was dead asleep, and I get attacked by my own roses, man.
Okay, let me do the.
I wake up in the morning, and there's all these fucking petals everywhere.
Bill, are you going to play the woman, or I'm going to play the woman? I'll play the woman.
Okay, you play the woman.
And all the animals
she was
are
pissed
huddled
off.
around
You must
me.
have done something, right? That's
Probably,
the answer.
yeah.
You were pissed off. You must have done something, which is not always the answer. It's not always the anser. And she got pissed off at something you did.
Well, see, she had been out drinking for 2 fucking days, and partying for 2 fucking days. She didn't know her ass from a hole in the ground at the time, and it was just it was a moot point, man, to sit there and.
Hey, Luke, I'm going to do my best when I'm with you guys to rebuild the romance and the love in your relationship again. I'm going to do whatever
man, I just got to where I can get sleep through the night sometimes, man.
She's going to grab your penis like it was a ketchup bottle and say, look at it like something really is going to funny is going to happen. And she's going to grab it and smack it like the bottom of the end of the ketchup bottle. And that'll liven it up. Because I told someone to practice on a ketchup bottle one time.
There you go.
So you know what they end up doing? They end up punching in a ball sack, man. That really fucking takes the lead out of your pencil.
That lines it right up.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Some people, it's a flip side of pleasure is pain.
Well, they can have
You
their
need
pain
that.
now.
You need to have to experience pleasure. You have to know what pain is.
I've done plenty of pain. Don't need to do any
Okay.
pain.
No, not me, man.
Not you?
No.
Okay. I want to tell you something that happened on Saturday.
Okay.
Okay, I'm working on the bar. Holly and I are working together, and this a guy comes in, young guy comparatively to me, I guess in his early 40s. He's kind of buff. He has this real great, it looks like a Celtic tattoo on his arm. His arms are bigger than mine. And look at this gun show, though. Pretty good, though.
You got
There you go.
fucking some guns or whatever they
No,
call
but this
that
guy
shit.
has bigger guns than me. So this guy and this woman comes in. There's a some kind of play across the street. She came in before and then she came up after. This is after. The guy comes in to eat.
Okay.
This fucking guy's sitting there and he's ordering from me. And the woman starts tracing the tattoo on her arm. How you doing?
Hey, sweetheart.
He starts tracing the tattoo and rubbing his arm. When the fuck did that become a thing where women start touching guys?
Oh, that's always been a thing, man.
Yeah, sure. Well, I was at what's that coffee place in Tavernier?
don't know.
Cafe Mocha.
The coffee place in Tavernier.
Yeah, in Tavernier. Thank you. Cafe Mocha, and I'm sitting there talking to a friend of mine. We just worked out. My David and Lizzie and I went out for coffee. We're having coffee, and this woman comes up and grabs me by the arm
There you
and
go.
gives her a squeeze and walks by and smiles. I'm like, if I went up to a woman and just went like this.
On her shoulder or on her
Yeah,
boob?
I'm grabbing, just for you, give you a thing. I walked over to Luke, just grabbed his shoulder, and just squeezed it a couple times and walked away. That's what happened. It happened to Mocha, and then she walked away. And Lizzie goes, "Who's that woman?" I said, "I have no fucking idea."
Maybe she mistook you for somebody else.
I can understand. Like, I know in Tokyo subways, like fucking guys
It's
just
like
go
when
out to
my
girls.
wife knocks the shit out of Bill because she thinks it's me, or comes up and grabs him by his ass hairs and twisting, and he's like screaming and
Wait, how do you
shit.
grab his ass hairs?
She has a fucking strong pinch.
She
She'll
does,
reach
man.
right through your jeans and get a handful
She'll get
of
a
ass
handful
hairs
and pull
and
those
twist.
Well,
things.
you got to stay clean shaven, brother. That's your problem.
Well, she's yanked all my ass hairs out. I don't have a hair on my ass anymore.
Well, Lizzie goes like this. Maybe the woman was unstable and she was just grabbing you for
Yeah, no.
Well, this
stability.
is the key
And I
to
said, that'd be
people
fucking
drink a
great.
lot.
Imagine you're falling down and you got grabbing boobs.
Trust me.
Oh my God! And you put both your hands out. I've fallen. It's. I mean, that's kind of like what's his name? Austin Powers
Yeah,
when
there
he's
you
falling
go.
on top of a girl. But you're walking down and falling in the boobs, or that bit those guys in the Navy did. I told you.
Tailhook.
I told you that.
Oh, that's right. You
I
told me
that
about
bit
that.
where I would have a meeting, and I'd call a meeting, and all of a sudden a guy would walk in, and he would fall over another guy's shoulder who's seated, and go head to crotch, both of them, and then they start going into ecstatic throes of pleasure, like acting like they're 69 each other, and it was one of the funniest things I ever seen. I wanted to go into while we're still here, while we're still alive, talk about our play here. We've had some great feedback from our short serial.
There you go.
Dentures Held Hostage. I'm going to go over a recap, and I'm going to give out. Do you have yours?
On
No, you
last
have
week's
yours. You have
episode,
yours. Luke's going to play Ron, and you know what? I'll do the narration. So if there's anything, I won't say sorry. Anything in the brackets will be spoken by me. Okay? Okay, let's do the recap. This is episode 3, Dentures Held Hostage. Okay, in the last episode, or the last 2 episodes, Janine, an AIDS fan dancer, has her denture stolen by Ron Beneri. She comes to Tim's bar and enlists his aid. Subsequently, a besotted Ron comes to the bar trying to unload his loot, the said dentures themselves. Okay, here I go into episode 3. Ron Beneri, I presume, sit down a moment. I want to have a word with you.
I don't have time for talk. I gotta get paid for these fucking choppers, man. Hey, how about I trade them to you for a beer and a fucking Starfish Sandwich?
What's a Starfish Sandwich?
Hey, honey, get me one of those Starfish Sandwiches, too.
We don't have Starfish Sandwiches. Can't you see the guy is fucked up? So, Ron, where'd you get those dentures?
I was at the VFW having a few cocktails, and I went out to piss next to a Sebring convertible. I was actually going to piss in the motherfucker because I don't like Sebring convertibles. But when I came back, I took a sip of a salty club soda that had a set of dentures in it. So I figured, fuck, my lucky day, I can make some money off these here choppers.
Oh, Tim, the bartender. Obviously, you were drinking Effordent denture cleaner.
I'll have another crown with that Starfish Sandwich, I think.
Dana calls the sheriff's office, and deputies arrive shortly.
So what's going on here?
Looking at Tim, the disheveled Ron Benary, and the besotted Mark. Now, this is turning into a real party. All we need now is a construction worker, an Indian, and a cowboy.
Ironically, Macho Man is playing on the background.
Man.
I want to be a Macho Man.
Pointing to Mark.
Is this guy the problem?
No, Mark is fine. It's this guy here, Ron Benary. If you look in the bag, you'll find some stolen property. The deputy approaching Ron.
May I look in the bag, sir?
I don't want no.
He's waving. Ron is waving off the deputy.
I don't want to buy no popcorn. I already support the Cub Scouts.
This is Monroe County Sheriff's deputy, not a Boy Scout. He's not asking you to look in. He's not asking to look in your bag.
Sure you can. Your teeth look fine, though.
Are they dentures? We don't have a report of stolen dentures. I'm afraid since the complaint has been made, there's no offense. Sorry to inconvenience you, sir. And Tim, stop making the jackass calls to the department. You remember the Yeti Coolie Cup bomb scare? Defensively, Tim says.
You're the ones who say something, see something, say something. I thought a Yeti cup on top of a urinal looked suspicious. Plus, it had an Arabic writing on it.
It was a Heat logo.
The sheriff leaves with indignation. Mark speaks up.
Where's my Starfish Sandwich?
To Mark, Tim says, "You've had a lot to drink, so I'll help you get across the highway."
But...
Tim picks up Mike, or Mark, and runs across the overseas highway as the owner of the bar watches and doubles over in uncontrollable laughter. Stay tuned till next week for Stolen Denture, or Dentals Held Hostage, for episode 4.
Or can you really glue teeth back on dentures with super glue?
We had this discussion that we had this. I have some friends here right now. I have Karen and Scott.
In the
I want to come
hopper.
over, and I want to have either Karen or Scott, or both Karen and Scott, come over and get on the microphone. Come over. Come on.
Pull up the seat.
Come on, get over here.
We got a mic for you right there. Pull up the seat.
There you go. You can both get on. I'd like to interview.
Come on.
Okay, Scott.
There we go. Go ahead, speak right into that thing.
Here we go. This is Scott, a friend of mine. He lives down here. Come on, say hi.
How's everybody doing?
How's everybody?
Fantastic.
He's married to Karen, and they've been coming into. Well, originally I worked at another restaurant. And they started coming in a couple years ago, and can I don't want to say the story unless I can.
You know, they always smell very fresh.
Okay. Karen and Scott are regulars. They were. I guess it's the 4th time you're in the bar, and I started getting to know your names. And she's Karen is, I guess, gaming the night, meaning, at 5 o'clock we go here, and then we go here, and blah, 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 blah. And I had a busy bar at the time, and it was crowded. And then she goes, blah, 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 and it's real busy, and there's lots of people. And she goes, and 8 o'clock, anal sex. And you know what? It's funny. It was like a dog whistle for me. I went, whoop, and I looked to the left, and I went like this. I looked at the other end of the bar. Karen's right there. And I said, oh, that was the best line ever. I said, 8 o'clock, anal sex. I mean, it's like, what a party that is, huh? You know,
Yeah, but when she says 8 o'clock, that's always 8 o'clock in the morning. So.
It was like saying at 4 o'clock, we review the TV guide, the shows that we want to have tonight. And then we think about the cocktails we're going to drink. And then we maybe go and see a set of this guy who does Caribbean music from 5 to 7. We may have some tuna nachos, some jalapeno poppers. Then we'll have another cocktail. And then 8 o'clock, anal sex. And then all of a sudden, boop, interest level goes all the way from 3 to 100. And that was a joke. And she was just saying it, I don't know why, but it got our attention.
Was there a song in the background playing called Anal Sunshine When She's Gone?
I like that. Anal Sunshine When She's Gone.
That does sound familiar.
So, but
actually, I usually call it Ain't No Cum Stains When She's Gone, but that's not true. I jerk off a lot when I have my privacy.
This is it. There's
it's never
I try not to leave any stains.
There's a lot of cum stains and a lot of dirty stuff. So, Scott, you've known me for a while and stuff like that. You've seen some wild things happen at the bar. I'm going to ask you just one question. What was the funniest thing you ever seen happen at the bar? At a bar. I'm putting you on the spot.
At a bar?
At a bar.
At any bar.
At a bar.
Can even be a gay bar.
Well, I've never been in a gay bar, but...
Oh, you never...
Oh, man.
No, actually, that might have been the funniest thing that ever happened to me. Was in a gay bar. I was in let's see, where were we?
Key West.
Let's see, where
Miami.
we in Key West.
Why am I saying all these places?
No, we were
like
in South Beach.
Oh, yeah, shit. No way.
Yeah, no,
Honestly,
I was like, yeah, we're in a...
You didn't get lost in the foam bar where they pump all the foam in? Holy
not
shit.
That one. No,
I worry that foam's not foam all the time.
Wow,
we were walking down the street, and I'm going like, oh, I got to use a bathroom, which happens to me frequently. So I ran into this bar going like, I got to go. So I run into this bar, and I'm like, oh, my God, that was great. And I come running on this guy, and the next day when I came out of the bathroom, like 3 guys came up to me and said, we buy you a drink? And I'm like, where the fuck am I? And I was in a gay bar. So that was
the funniest thing that ever happened to you?
Well, one of the funniest. It was, it wasn't actually funny.
No judgment. No judgment. I know other things that happen. You travel along with Karen sometimes, so there's shit that happens all the time.
Yeah.
No, with Karen, you could just, when you walk up to her, it's like we have an ongoing comedy bit going when we start talking.
Well, no, here's in Breckenridge one time, my sister and my wife both flashed the bar at the same time. So I couldn't walk, not look, walk. It was like weird. And
Your sister?
Yeah. And the weird part
I never
was
see my sister's boobies.
I know. Well, here's the
you
weird
saw
part.
your sister's boobies?
Yeah. And all my friends started high-fiving me, going like, oh, my God, your sister is great. And I'm like, oh, for God's sake, don't even talk about my sister.
My sister does not have boobies at all.
I know. Exactly right. So that was kind of weird.
My sister's in good shape, and there's no way I want
to see her.
No, I know. I didn't want to either.
No,
but.
my sister,
my sister has monstrous tits. Everybody's seen them.
Yeah, I have no interest.
My sister inherited the fat side of the Glenn family. So subsequently, she died at the age of 62 from 3 strokes.
Oh, shit. Did we have to do that?
Yeah.
And so do fat boobies count as nice boobies? I guess it depends on if you're a chubby chaser or not.
We're not doing the body dysmorphic show today where we talk about people that have problems.
But then again, it's always fun to have a chick you can titty fuck, man.
Yeah.
You always got to keep that in mind. It's important.
Because they always have hand lotion and stuff, and you just keep it greased up, man.
Hand lotion.
Yeah. That way
you got different needs.
Yeah, like
Trojan has the oil. Trojan has a bunch of different oils.
Oh, yeah, they have the royal bee jelly oil, man.
Yeah. There's one where you put the two together, they get a little heat. But
and there's one the faster you go, the more it curdles and acts like a French tickler.
Okay. Well, I just want you to know with Karen and Scott, Scott and Karen, we talk up to like R-rated, maybe a little, not super filthy. We don't get super filthy. We
not
got
real bad.
A lot of innuendo and stuff like that. the worst was the anal sex discussion and stuff like that. But it's usually pretty funny, the stuff that happens. But there's always people that come into the bar where you're allowed to.
So what is it with straight guys that fucking think anal sex is great, and they're supposed to be straight, and yet they want to stick a girl in the ass with their dick?
Wait a second.
How the
There's
fuck
nothing
do you
wrong with that.
you know?
There is nothing wrong with that. You know what? There is nothing wrong with it.
But most girls do not like having a dick in their ass.
Some
man.
do. You'd be surprised. Some do.
Some do on occasion.
Oh shit!
It's more popular with the millennials because that way they stay virgins. They do the anal sex thing.
Into these conversations, God, I feel like instead of think of Captain Kirk screaming Khan, and I go, Luke!
You're not
you
my
got
father.
me in here. You got me involved in this conversation.
What are we talking about?
It's
Technical
amazing.
virgins again?
No, the guy. No, he says, "Who are these girls that like anal sex? Why would the girl want to have it?"
No. Why would a guy want to?
That's her erogenous zone. If she likes it,
yeah,
good for her.
Yeah, well, you could poke a dude in the ass too, man. As long as you're not looking him in the face, it's not love. So therefore, it don't count as being gay.
Then you might as well just
That's
go.
just recreational cornholing. That's not
See,
fucking
you know
love.
what? A glory
gay
hole
sex.
is a southern thing. A glory hole is a southern thing. They don't do that up north. We don't do the mystery poke.
That's That's where it was invented, man.
That's a Tennessee thing.
It comes from New York City.
No, it's
York
not.
City.
From San Antonio. I'm telling you.
No,
San
that's that. You're
Antonio.
thinking.
San Antonio.
You're thinking of the steer
Sheep.
hole. You're thinking of the steer
Chicken.
holes they used to,
Chicken,
Goats.
cows, goats, sheep. I said sheep. Didn't I say sheep?
You said chicken.
I think you said sheep twice.
Ovine.
'Cause he likes sheep.
No. Okay. No, it's a.
Daddy.
No. Well, the thing is, if you're with a girl and she tells you she's interested in something and you're interested in a girl and it excites her the way I think, if it excites her,
You're all in.
No.
I mean, as long as it's not too altering to my perception of what our relationship is.
No, I'm sitting there one night and we're getting on and she's like, hit me. I'm like, what?
Oh, whoa. I
She's
never
like-
had anybody hit me. But you know what? I have smacked an ass.
No, she's like, hit me.
No,
I'm
I'm
like,
not
no.
going to punch him. I'm not going to punch
What
him.
was that guy's
She's
name?
like, seriously, hit me.
Girl.
I'm like, no.
Very good, Scott. There's the reason why. He goes, what was that guy's name? I had to hit a couple guys, but not because of sex. Fortunately. I mean, it was a couple times, and we'll talk about, part of that thing with the little short radio play, I was going to incorporate this guy that came in here one time. And he didn't come in here. He came into the Encore. And he asked to sit at a table. He was wearing a leather hat, a fishnet shirt. He was around 60 years old. He was tan. And he goes, "Oh, this is fabulous. This place." And listen, I'm not making fun of gay people. I'm just saying he was outwardly gay and stuff like that. And he was he was playing a stereotype. Gay today is not a stereotype. You talk to a gay man, most of the time, he looks like any other guy.
Right.
A straight guy, a gay guy, look alike, same voice. Gay guys like to have sex with gay guys or relationship with gay guys. Straight guys like to have sex with them. And then there's bi guys that like to do both. Whatever it is. So this guy comes in, he's the older one, so he's putting on all the affectations. And I sat him with this guy, I'm a bartender, I sat him in Charlie's section. This guy from North Jersey, God bless his soul, Charlie died. Charlie was around my age. But Charlie goes, I go, "Charlie, there's a guy sitting in his section, and he is fucking all the village people put together." And he goes, "Oh, this place is incredible, it's lovely," and stuff like that. And Charlie's like stewing the whole time, serving him and stuff like that. See, I didn't
Why
have
would
a
you stew about it, man? Fuck it,
you're
man.
cool. No, well, we didn't have the amount of weed. He did too much coke. He was too intense. He didn't do enough weed. So
Well, you don't wanna
afterwards,
do
Charlie
coke, it
talked to him
doesn't
and he
make
goes,
me hateful.
"What do you think of the bartender?" And the bartender was me, right? And he came back up to the bar, and Charlie goes,
He likes
"Your
you.
buddy's back, and he likes you. He likes the big guys." And he goes, and he comes up and sits down. And he goes, "I'm gonna have some of that chocolate cake." And then he goes, "So how you doing?" And they go, I'm doing all right. And he does it like 4 times. So how you doing? So how you doing? So how you doing? And then finally goes like, I'm doing great. I'm still not gay. He's not going to say, I'm going to, you know.
He's going to
I'm just going to still go fucking totally gay. It's not going to happen.
No, sorry, man.
Just asking how you doing. It's like the guys, I understand where girls get, oh, there's a fucking mental patient. You look like an actor from the Hills. You ever hear of it? They're really good-looking young guys. No, it's not the Hills. It's the Hills Have Eyes.
There you go.
Yeah, I love being heckled.
We love it when you heckle them.
You know that?
Do some
I
more.
do. I'm waiting for it.
Keep going.
That's a lovely customer, Tim. And I'm, you know what? We're so thankful he got released from the mental hospital recently. How long can you stay in a padded room?
I know they gave him a vape pen that keeps him calmed down.
There you go.
Matter of fact, I could go for some of that vape pen myself.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of getting stirred up now, man.
I love it. You know what? There's nothing better. I want to try something out on you. There's a show, and I'm going to say it again. There's a show in Atlanta called the Heebie Jeebie Babes, and they're too young. They're young compared to us. They're in their... Oh, they're young. They're young. What did I say compared to us? Oh, my God, I just said something shitty. I think they're like early 30s, late 20s.
That's younger compared to us.
Nora and grandkids that old.
And you do a podcast.
Yeah.
And it's normally like horror movies and stuff like that.
Shit.
And what they do is
cute.
Luke's got food.
They do true crime. And they mentioned a murder in Iowa. And it took place in the early 1900s, like 1908. And this guy, we're assuming it's a man. And a family of 8 was murdered in Iowa. And the only clue they had, and this was 1908. So back in 1908, unless the guy was still fucking there, that's it. Unless you're walking down the street with blood and shit like that. They found 2 cigarettes in the attic, and what they surmised was that he was waiting up in their attic for them to come home before he murdered them, and he bludgeoned them with axes and bludgeoned them. He didn't chop them either, and he did some pretty horrible stuff. But these girls love talking about serial killers and stuff like that, and they were talking about Hannibal Lecter and shit like that. And then I thought about making a story called The Serial Bartender. And it's more of a ghost story. And do you want to hear it?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, go
I'm going to
ahead.
do it for you guys.
Do we have a choice?
No.
No, not really. Fuck it, I'm going to do it.
No. You have no
I
choice.
gotta ask.
Okay, well, I wrote this story for the podcast.
No, that's fine. Go
Okay, it takes place in Key Largo. The Serial Bartender is written by Jim Horan. A well-to-do extended family with all their members and mates numbering 9, aged 55 years old down to 22 from Wynwood, Pennsylvania, lounges around in their living room of their rented Bayside rental home, 5-bedroom, 5-bath house in Key Largo. One of their children, a winsome 24-year-old brunette, Gwen, has an idea. She announces in her charming, clenched jaw, Katharine Hepburn way, running her fingers on the rim of a martini glass, I'm in the mood for some craft cocktails. And then all of a sudden...
What kind of cocktails?
Craft cocktails.
Craft?
Okay, you're fucking up my whole thing right now.
What the fuck is a craft cocktail?
Don't worry, Luke. Don't worry about
Sorry,
it. Pretend you know. If I talked about physics, you wouldn't know that either. Okay,
Physics?
a faint
I know what
sound-
string theory is.
A faint sound comes from one of the rooms. A cocktail glass being shaken like clink, 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 clink. The father, who sounds like Thurston Howell or Judge Spells from Caddyshack, with that type of voice, says,
That smells.
Was that a sound of a cocktail shaker? The narrator. Another reoccurrence of the distinct sound of the cocktail shaker, filled with ice being shaken in a determined, thoughtful, and creative manner. Cocktail shaker. Chink, 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 chink. Derek, the youngest at 22, a tall, strapping lacrosse player who frequently exfoliates That is a cocktail shaker, Father. I'll check it out. He runs determinedly to the vacant bedroom. Hello, can you come out here? The narrator. Into the bedroom comes Derek, a stylishly unshaven 20-something-year-old with earplugs, purposely disheveled hair, handlebar mustache, and wearing Lucky Brand shirt and distressed jeans. Hi, I'm Bradley. Gwen's statement stunned me. I brought a hibiscus blood orange, wormwood-infused bitters, and some small batch bourbon. And Gwen speaks up. Oh, my God, that sounds absolutely heavenly. I'll get some glasses. Bradley says, no need. And then Bradley produces a tray of 8 or 9 hand-blown old-fashioned glasses garnished precisely and pours out 9 equal portions, one for each of you. The narrator. A 30-year-old bleach blonde, Trixie, a cousin from Camden, New Jersey, with a rough, smoky voice asks, can I have a fuzzy navel? The narrator. In an instant, Bradley and the drinks disappear. A faint sound of tinkling glass and a weeping hipster lingers in the air. 4. But was it all a dream or a ghost story?
Great. Now every bleach
what do you
blonde
want
in
to say,
Jersey
Luke?
hates
What's
us.
a craft cocktail, right?
The fuck is a craft cocktail, man?
A craft cocktail
What,
is
has it
a
got cheese
cocktail.
in it or something, man? Is it goddamn something from New England or
Oh,
something?
it's got finger painting.
Finger painting. I like
has
finger painting.
paintings on it.
It has custom bitters.
How do you know it's not
It
fucking
has
somebody just
exotic
picked their
fruit.
nose and smeared
It
boogers on
has
your
small
glass?
What
batch
is exotic
liquor,
fruit?
right? Have you ever
Yeah,
had a
really?
craft cocktail? Not a craft cock.
No.
Yeah, it has.
No, I've had bourbon
even
and
get a
I've had
regular
beer.
cocktail.
I've had my muddles buried. My berries muddled. I said it backwards. They muddled her berries. I said I had my berries muddled.
I'm sure you have.
Yes.
Probably
Several times.
by some
and
young
I might
hipster.
tonight if I'm not careful on Valentine's night.
That was probably when you were in the gay bar. You had your berries muddled.
By some young hipster bartender.
Why the fuck would someone have their nuts muddled? Except this guy.
I don't know.
Fucking-
You know, you were talking about the pain.
greased up Gandalf over here.
You were talking about the pain stuff earlier. You know.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I don't know. Gandalf must be a pretty cool motherfucker or something.
There you go.
As much as people compare me to him, man, you know, he has to be at least half as cool as I am.
Yeah, there you go.
You're right, and he'd probably be pretty awesome without the English accent.
I don't think he smokes as much as you do.
Yeah, oh, man.
Oh, Gandalf smokes a shitload of weed.
Yeah, I don't think he smokes as much as Luke.
No, I mean Gandalf smokes as much as Luke. I mean, every time you see that thing, Gandalf's always kicking back smoking weed.
Yeah, what if he's a wizard? Why does he have to smoke weed? Why can't he just go, give me a buzz?
Because it's much more fun to create your
That's
own.
not as
Give me
weed.
the buzz of an indica.
What the fuck? You don't know.
Give me the buzz of a sativa. Throw a little cocaine in there just for fun. Poof! I'm fucked up.
He's not fucking Gandalf.
Oh,
You are
should
fucked
be.
up.
That's funny.
Poof, you are fucked up.
It'd be like Q on Star Trek, man. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Fuck,
gotta bring
I'm
the
fucked
fucking
up. If I
nerd
was-
police
if I
out.
was
I'm
Q,
there
I'd be-
though.
I would-
I think we both get picked up. I knew exactly what you're talking about. The Q.
Yeah, man. If I was
I'm
Q,
a fucking
man,
nerd.
I'd be fucking.
Oh,
No, but once you
Raquel
have,
Welch's
no, then you
douche,
know,
man.
once you have omnipotent power,
Former
then all the
Raquel
pleasures
Welch's
of the
douche.
universe don't affect you the same way.
nah.
I don't know.
That's why they made Space Coke.
There's no space coke, man.
Yeah, man. Cheech and Chong, man.
Space Coke.
I know. I heard of
I got
that.
picked up by these aliens, man. They left me with some Space Coke.
Oh wait, that reminds me of the next thing I'm going to do: reverse Superman.
Reverse Superman.
Reverse Superman.
That
Isn't that a
sounds like a
centipede?
sexual position.
No, reverse Superman's not a sexual position.
Oh.
It's someone from a dying planet of fucking super awesome like strength, superpowers and stuff. They said they're gonna take their kids and they're gonna send him to a planet where he's fucking weak as shit. And he
He gets
shows
picked
up
on.
and he's picked on and pissed on and treated like shit. Reverse Superman.
Okay.
Feel like it. And they go, I am your father. No, it was Kal-El. No, not Luke.
Luke, I am your father.
Nerdell, I am your father. You came from a planet where we could fly, lift any object, go into space without a ship. And I sent you to Earth to know the limitations. You're going to only have 1/3 the strength. Your arms will be like toothpicks. You know the knowledge of every Star Trek episode, but you'll be beat up for it. You'll never know the joy of touching a woman's boobie willingly accepted by the woman.
Unless you learn how to play guitar, then you'll get so much tits.
Neither then. You'll end up looking like Gandalf with a bunch of greasy chicken wing sauce on your face and a fucking hat pad on your head.
No, I'm going
Get that
back.
the Cleveland Browns?
I'm gonna back Luke up here. It's awfully hard to eat chicken wings with a beard.
I'm attacking him while I can. This is what you do. Like when a bear is distracted, you attack him when he's distracted.
No, you run away.
What?
You run.
I know.
It's a bear.
I love
run.
Luke. I love Luke.
I
don't
didn't have
know why I did.
breakfast, man.
But
so
that's my
some
fucking
wings to
reverse
go with my
Superman.
beer, my
You like
breakfast
it?
beer.
Yeah, that was good.
I know. I was thinking about it last night. I gotta fucking get more sleep. I'm an asshole.
It's better than being a whole ass.
God, you're right.
There you
Man,
go.
you know I love you, right? Hey,
Oh,
ching,
I-
ching. I love
There
this
you
guy.
go.
I love my co-host here, Bill Wissinger, and
I did wash
Luke
my hands
Summer
before I
Glenn.
ate, too.
yeah. What?
I did wash my hands before I ate, too.
There you go.
Oh, you're all right, Luke.
You know,
Yeah, you know what? I don't.
I got
think-
manners I ain't even used yet, man.
Oh fuck.
I'm actually surprised your wife isn't over here doing the wipe your beard thing. I'm surprised your wife's not over here doing the wipe your beard thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
every time I have
That's
chicken,
only because she doesn't feel good. Normally,
Hey,
she'd be
Luke,
over
when
here
was the
with
last
the
time
wet
you-
naps and everything.
because every time I have chicken wings over here, she's over coming. Hey,
Wait.
over here.
I hate to interrupt. When was the last time you were clean shaven?
In 1984.
Really?
There you go.
How about you, Bill?
Oh, it was actually fairly recently. It was about
And that lasted for one
2012.
shave.
2012?
Was
Yeah,
it?
2012.
She had a beard before that?
Of course, I had a big old Sergeant Major mustache.
High school.
So
You
since
look
you were
really
like
intense,
8
though.
years old?
You know what, fun? The first time I met you, Bill, you looked really
Did you
mean.
really? Wow, that's cool.
But after talking to you, I realized what a good fellow you were.
That's cool.
You know?
There you go.
I mean, because anymore,
Well, that's the way we are, aren't we?
Exactly. I'm a super nice
Three
guy.
big dudes that are friendly as
You'll
hell.
never get a job.
Okay, well, we're gonna. This is time. I think we're about to wrap
So
up.
I tried
Hey,
it and then I was dropped.
do we have anything we want to wait? We want to support. I want to talk about a couple podcasts. You can keep on talking in the mics if you want to talk over me. It's fine. The
What?
Heebie Jeebie Babes podcast, the Science Fiction podcast
Which one?
with Science Fiction podcast.
Science Fiction.
Dean and Matthew, Joss and Jessica, they did a fucking great send-off. A Silence of the Lambs. Silence of the Lambs. And if you ever get the chance, watch, listen to their episode about Planet of the Apes, the remake with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh,
They
Marky
do a-
Mark and the Funky Bunch.
They talk about that.
Do
They
they?
talk about Funky Bunch. And they talk about how there's a Japanese actor playing one of the gorillas. and I'm going to paraphrase it. They do it better. Maybe I shouldn't paraphrase
No,
it.
go
But there is-
listen to the
I'm going to
episode.
paraphrase this bit. It's they're having a dinner party, and it's all the monkeys in Planet of the Apes. And they have some humans there. And they're just making fun of the humans and stuff like that. And then finally, one of the apes is Japanese. He goes, oh, it's a Japanese actor playing. He goes, oh, these other monkeys have no honor. You must treat the humans with honor. In every opportunity, you must behead them. But until you behead them, you must treat them with honor. And then they go into this bit, Samurai Gorilla. Because the movie's so bad, and the other guy, Matt, goes, Samurai Gorilla. He goes, oh, fuck, Samurai Gorilla. Samurai Gorilla, a movie I would rather watch. And they go, shring, the samurai swords going, and they go, samurai gorilla versus the tiger people. The tiger people have no honor. The tiger people are in the tall grass. The tiger people cannot clear the murder holes. Bring out the coconut artillery. Or the hot banana pudding. Banana pudding. I mean, they came up, they ripped with this whole bit.
Oh, that's funny as hell.
And I wasn't high when I was listening to it. It was one of the funniest bits I ever seen. They ripped right into it. And they do it better than I did. And I don't do it justice.
I'm sure they do.
Oh, well, I fucking suck. I know that. But I recognize brilliance. Oh.
And he does not recognize volume control.
Sorry, I don't recognize volume control. I didn't mean that. You look lovely with the visor, though. Is it sunny over there?
Time,
Okay.
Now let me put this in perspective for our viewers. Now the whole entire bar is staring at
Tim
Jim.
Roth, isn't it? Yeah, when you did that. I just got molested by a mental patient. Okay, well, let's start saying our goodbyes. First, we're going to thank Scott for coming over here.
Thanks, Scott.
Scott, thank
Jim,
you.
thanks for having me. Everybody have a great Valentine's Day.
Yeah, you too. Luke.
I hope you don't get fucking VD on Valentine's Day, because that's what Valentine's Day really stands for, VD.
Okay.
There you go. No, I thought VD was Video Dave.
Well, you know, he's the one that fucking went with the nomenclature, man. It's like my initials, LSG, almost a trip.
There you go.
And you, Bill.
Oh, thank you guys.
And you can sign off in the end, too.
You guys all have a good week. We do appreciate you hanging out and listening to us.
And this is Jim the Keys Bartender. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
On the next episode. Our very next episode is going to be Tuesday. From Blackwater Siren.
Tuesday.
Right on over Jewfish Creek. I'll start posting on our Facebook page, and I'll post it on our schedule on our website. It'll be 4 o'clock. We're going to start going. We're going to attempt to go back to doing live podcasts so we can start streaming it live instead of
if I can get my shit together and the techniques down, we're going to have live podcast together.
The only reason why this podcast is still happening is Bill does have his shit together. Jim didn't have his shit together. He was trying to do it on his own with a fucking thing. So I'm going to say goodbye.
With a Chromebook and an eBay microphone.
Well, no, that was with No, that was like a little.
And may I say, Blackwater Siren has great food. They have great prices. They're another great restaurant here in the Keys.
They are.
Like the
Fantastic place.
Yeah,
it's a
and
great
it's going
restaurant.
to be next Tuesday, 4 o'clock. Hopefully you can
be there, man.
Oh, that's fucking eight.
Fantastic.
Okay, that's great. Cha-ching. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Thank you all so much for hanging out. We do appreciate you all listening.